Andrew, come on.
You mentioned Nathan Lyon.
Nice, brother.
It's a very important selection, important experiment with Nathan Lyon, bringing him back into white ball cricket. Played a couple of matches, didn't quite make an impact. It was actually a very important selection from the global standpoint as well, because he was going to be the flag bearer of quality finger spinners. Do they have a place in today's white ball cricket? And had he succeeded, made an impact, people like Ravichandran Ashwin and all these guys would have felt happy about it. But I don't think that experiment worked. After 2 matches, they've gone back to the wrist spinner, Adam Zampa, who's played more white ball cricket than Nathan Lyon.
And you look at someone like Moeen Ali. Moeen Ali does a terrific job for England. Doesn't pick up wickets, but he supports Adil Rashid brilliantly. So the two of them work together in a combination where Rashid will often pick up the wickets, but it's Moeen Ali that's creating the pressure. And so I don't think there's a place for Nathan Lyon and Zampa to play in the same team in this instance. But that's where the off-spinner can help other members of his bowling unit.
Get that.
Also the fact, Nick, that he's a quality bowler, Moeen Ali, highly underrated in 50 overs cricket.
Yeah, and the fact that he can whack them.
Yeah,
I mean, he's not just in the side as an off-spinner, so there's that dual role, which is why a team is able to pick him.
Bowls is 10 overs a lot in 50 overs cricket for a finger spinner. That's tremendous. You get a single. It's a full toss from Zampa. 73 for 2. Good early call from Dhoni. Such a good runner between the wickets. Also very understanding of the limitations of his partner. Not on this occasion of Virat Kohli, but he's very mindful of who he's running with. So he doesn't have a record of running batsmen out. A lot of quick runners between the wickets who have a dubious record when it comes to running with others. Have a look at that catching person there on the right. Ooh. So easily could have been inside edge onto the stumps. Discovered the Women's World T20 a few weeks back, and hence that line which I used. One person catching on the offside. And directed, and he was gone. Another chance for Virat Kohli. Dhoni called early, but Virat Kohli was so keen to get that single. Now this is also going to be interesting, watching Virat Kohli and Dhoni bat together and run together at number 3 and 4.
And there you were just moments ago saying he barely runs anybody else out. He nearly did it just then. He nearly did it. And they've had a couple of chances to get rid of Virat Kohli. One there, they've dropped him at slip.
I just want to see that again, because I got the impression that Dhoni called early. He played and he called no immediately. Was there an indication to Virat Kohli that there was a single that he was interested in, and then just sold him down the river? Yeah, there was. Well done. It's never easy when you're cutting that kind of an angle. Running slightly hesitant on this occasion as well. It was a simple third. Something is complicated. Yeah, it was the bat.
Yeah, MS Dhoni very quick to get out of the traps and come back. And Virat Kohli was going to the danger end, and yeah, quite the mix-up we had just moments ago.
Slight stutter from Mahendra Singh Dhoni. It's 76 for 2. Zampa will continue, but fortuitous this partnership, Dhoni and Kohli, both getting a few chances. Kohli dropped once, the run out missed. Dhoni dropped to the first ball that he faced. Asked for a change of bat. Very often you see Dhoni doing this so that he gets a little bit of time in between overs, maybe a drink or two. So the umpires were very vigilant when he was doing that. A good stop. Oh, once again, run out issue. And this time it's Dhoni backing up a long way. They've gone upstairs.
He's very, very quick. There's not a lot of excitement from Australia.
If I could see your best side on angle, please. Ball coming in now, ball coming in now. Keep it rolling through, please. Bat is over the line. The decision is not out. Please load, not out.
So what's happening here? Bit of luck as well with this partnership. Zampa will continue. Generally, when you look at Dhoni and Virat Kohli, they played together very often. The most memorable partnership with running especially was when they beat Australia at Mohali in the World T20. Went on to lose to West Indies though. The running was phenomenal. Today there's been not been on the same plane.
Shall we say frenetic at times? He does so well to get back. He does so well. The other thing he does well is to make sure he runs in a straight line and not in front of the ball. Obstruction there. He does really well. It is frenetic at the moment.
Oh, well done.
Throw at the wrong end as well. Nobody called. Bowling end. Really excited about Sunil Gavaskar coming into commentary next to have a look at the running here. 78 for 2.
Well, Australia, have they got India on the back foot? 78 for 2, India. And in the commentary blocks with me is Sunil Gavaskar and Michael Clark. A lot of missed chances that the Australians could have taken and really had India in a more difficult position. Billy Stanlake coming on with that extra bounce and pace. And it's a very tough chance there, but you've got to take those. And an easy one there for Glenn Maxwell. And then the run out. If you're going to win a World Cup or you're going to win major tournaments, you've got to make sure you take those half chances.
Also depends what time of the year you're playing. If you're playing just after Christmas and New Year, you could still be in the giving mood, the gift giving mood.
Well done.
Am I right, Bradley?
Keep it rolling.
When it comes to a game of cricket, whether you're playing backyard cricket, street cricket, you're always playing to win, whether it's Christmas, Easter or someone else's birthday.
Well, the way the Australians are giving chances. He stepped down the pitch, that smashed. That is going to be a boundary. He's played too many dot balls at the moment, he reckons. It's 83 for 2. 3 more deliveries left, of course. 17 of 25. It was 13 of 24, so he had to try and do something different. He's seen both the fielders inside the 30-yard circle. He's gone down the pitch and he's whacked it.
He does well here, don't he? Keep this ball on the ground. Comes down the pitch, but he's still in complete control. You know, just think his time at the crease at 25 balls is now used to the pace of the pitch. Knows his scoring areas. Even there, his defence plays it really late. Playing the ball under his nose. Yeah, Australia can't afford to miss these chances, that's for sure. As we have a look here, the Indian worm is under the Australian worm at the moment. Lost the same amount of wickets, but as you can see, Australia lose 2 in a row in the next couple of overs, so India know they'll catch up. They won't be worried about the run rate. They'll be more concerned about these two experienced players staying at the crease.
That was Chahal when he came on and got the wickets of Marsh and Khawaja, who were set. And when you have 2 set batsmen that get out in the same over, you really put the brakes on your assertion with the run rate. But at this stage, Australia were 20 runs in front of India, but they had the loss of similar wickets.
Top order finished the over. 5 off, 83 for 2. Zampa into his 5th over. Not getting as much spin as Chahal. It's because he's bowling a lot faster. Chahal was bowling around the 75 to 78 kilometre per hour mark. Adam Zampa's more 86, 87, 88. So a lot faster. Zampa's strength is he attacks the stumps, looks to get batsmen LBW and bowled. He's quite consistent as well.
He's got good economy rate, 3.36 at the moment. Bit of turn, that's the kind of delivery that he wants to bowl more often. He's got to slip in position.
I like that line, Sonny, I think, to MS Dhoni. Just a fraction wider. Don't need to get too straight to Dhoni. I think just there, get him to open those hands up and look to push through that cover region to bring in the keeper and the first slip fieldsman. that. You don't mind that. Glenn Maxwell at short cover. Only looking to hit that hard as well. So if it can just hold in the wicket a little bit. Got a couple of men in catching positions there. I think that's the right form of attack for Adam Zampa. Once again, building pressure, dot balls, working with his partner up the other end. 23.4 overs, India just 84 runs. Very rarely see India bat at this sort of rate. 3.55 the run rate at the moment. Required is 5.58. Too short from Zampa on this occasion. Dhoni gets in the gap. Just pick up the single.
I've been very impressed with Zampa. To Kohli, he might bowl the fuller one here, or might bowl a good length one that is the last ball, but early on in his over, he's bowling full, allowing Kohli just to push him into the deep and just attack Dhoni. He's struggling with his timing at the moment.
Oh, nice, mate.
Good fielding, good bowling. 85 for 2.
Peter Siddle back into the attack, replacing Marcus Stoinis. Just talking here how well he bowled in that first spell, those first 4 overs. Very accurate, got some seam, no slip. Interesting field. MS Dhoni. So Peter Siddle's catcher is just in front of point, like a square short cover. So we have a look at the running between the wickets of these two. Two brilliant runners, very quick. But sometimes your greatest strength can be your greatest weakness. Dhoni's quick, but he was never going to make that. Another example, Kohli wanted 3. Yeah, sometimes this happens. Sometimes the outfield's a little bit slower than you think, or gap in communication, but 2 experienced players. I don't think that'll bother him. MS Dhoni down the pitch again. Pick up a couple off his pads.
Well, Peter Siddle, he really bowled well with that new ball in the power play. Now, this is the area where he has struggled in the earlier 2 one-day internationals, just being able to keep the pressure on in these middle overs. He's been able to do it in first-class cricket this year, in Big Bash cricket. He's been tested against a very, very strong Indian batting lineup.
That's a nice shot from MS Dhoni. That's out of the middle. Back of a length, and he's onto it straight away.
Looked as if he was almost waiting for it. Anticipated that very well. The previous delivery, he had stepped down the pitch. So Siddle thinks that he might do it again. Bangs the ball in short. Dhoni was waiting for it. Good thinking that. There it is. Short. He's ready for it. Pulls it away for a boundary.
See there, big gap at mid-wicket. There's a man out on the boundary, but the timing was so good. Once again, Siddle back of a length at 132 Ks. I don't think that's the right approach to MS Dhoni. Kohli 50 ball. Dhoni 36. So they've assessed the pitch and worked it out. Now they're obviously trying to up the pace, up the ante. But I think this is where experience plays a big part, like you mentioned, Hoggy. The fact that they're trying to up the ante now with plenty of balls under their belt, instead of trying to do it when you've only faced your first 5 or 10 balls. Again, strike rotation, very important part of India's success in this form of the game. 93 for 2. Shot from Virat Kohli, first ball of the over. Man out there, Stoinis at deep point, keeps it to 2. Just a fraction full. Hoggy, would you say, that delivery from the leg spinner?
I just think he's more worried about Kohli than Dhoni at the moment, and just trying to get Kohli off strike. That's why he's trying to bowl a little fuller, go for the Yorker, just allow Kohli to get the single.
Yeah, see, I think that's a really nice length. Kohli picks the wrong one on this occasion, but I think that's a better length. Not quite a half volley, so there's just enough room for the ball to spin in either direction, whether it's the leg break or the wrong one.
Well, I think that's big bash bowling as well. Whether you're a spinner or a fast bowler, the Yorker is always a good option just to try and tie the batsman down and relieve the pressure, let the batsman get one or a dot. Rather be fuller than shorter. When you're fuller, you don't want the batsman to get underneath you. You're bowling fuller just to allow him to hit you down the ground and get him off strike.
Oh yeah, that's a good change up from Adam Zampa. See, the first 3 balls he's gone quite straight to both batsmen. This occasion he goes a little bit slower, 82 Ks, and a little bit wider. Just tempting the experienced MS Dhoni. This occasion he lets it go.
Nice.
And back to that straight line. Dhoni safely punches it down the ground for 1. Interesting time now for Aaron Finch as well. 25 overs bowled, nearly 26 bowled, 97 for 2. Does he look for a wicket? Is he happy with how Dhoni and Kohli are just taking their time and rotating strike?
Well, that's no good. Just being content with Dhoni and Kohli rotating the strike, taking the singles. He's got to look for a wicket. Because after that, they don't know what kind of a batting lineup India has. There's Kedar Jadhav playing his first match. There's Vijay Shankar. Dinesh, of course, batted so well the other day. The best chance is to take a wicket. Put some pressure on India. It's 98 for 2. So India still requiring 133 off 144 balls. That's the batting lineup. That's who's left to come. Jadhav, first opportunity. Karthik, we've seen what he can do. Shankar, Jadeja, Bhuvaneshwar, Shami and Chahal. So a long tail again for India. Australia will be thinking, oh, quick call of no, sends him back. Sure, Marsh hits the stumps and gives away a single. Well, that's the thing about modern cricket, which I've not understood at all. No chance of a run out. The fielder is the batsman is inside the crease. Yet I believe it is to show energy levels or something like that. See, he's comfortably in. Now it's gone for a single. And in a tight game, these things can make the difference. The overthrows, the ricochets.
Yeah, well, even the bowler might want to bowl to a certain batsman. In this instance, it might be fine for Peter Siddle. He might be looking at bowling to MS Dhoni. But if he was bowling to somebody else and they get off strike like that as a bowler, it can be quite frustrating.
It's just those small things. Australia are generally renowned for their fielding. They've dropped 2 catches, missed a couple of run-outs, and just that bit of fielding there from Shaun Marsh where he's hit the stumps, it's just not good enough. You've got to be switched on every game. And you're looking at these are the big moments of a game. If it's a World Cup and you're dropping Kohli and Dhoni, virtually the campaign's gone.
Yeah, quick core here on this occasion. Marsh misses the stumps, and that brings up the 100 for India. Yeah, particularly when you've only got 230 on the board, Hoggy. I think that's probably more important right now. Every single opportunity is so important. You need a lot of things to go your way to defend a total like this. At the moment, Australia, yes, they're not having as much luck as they'd like, but they're missing opportunities as well. Again, good aggressive running from Dhoni.
And the thing is, when you have to hit the stumps, you don't hit the stumps. Because suddenly you're under pressure. Kohli is looking to try and up the ante, trying to play this was a tough one, very, very tough catch. And this one was a lot easier.
That catch off Dhoni, it should have been taken if it was. The pressure's on the younger players, but what that does, it doesn't matter how good Kohli is, it puts pressure on him as well because he has to carry the junior through.
Good hands from Dhoni. This occasion nicely fielded from Maxwell. He's missed that opportunity, but he's been brilliant apart from that. Maxwell saved a couple of stops at that short cover off Virat Kohli's bat, saved boundaries, and on this occasion MS Dhoni creams this. Keeps it to a dot ball. That's what you want from your fieldsman. Keep that batsman on strike. Give Peter Siddle another ball at Dhoni. Oh, again, it's short. He's onto it straight away. Too short from Siddle at 130 Ks. And you're looking for the third. Dhoni comes back. And they get it. 104 for 2. Partnership of 45 now. Kohli and Dhoni, 64 balls. Just 2 boundaries at this stage. Lots of singles, 2s, 3s as well on this big MCG ground. So you're changing the bowling. Jai Richardson back into the attack at the expense of Adam Zampa. Looks to me like Finch has gone back to his strike weapon to get a wicket, but that's the field. Where's the men in catching positions if a ball is mistimed to get a wicket? It's okay to go back to your strike weapon, but at this stage, unless he gets him bowled or LBW, I find it hard to see where he's going to get Dhoni out. Even that man there left the screen mid-wicket, Khawaja, he can come into a catcher. Cover can come into a catcher. Put pressure on Dhoni to make a mistake. If you mistimes the ball, you need a man in a position for a catch.
The good thing about the field is that they've got mid-on, mid-off up. They've got 6 players in the circle trying to put the pressure on this Indian batting lineup, asking them to hit a little harder to try and pierce the field or go over the top.
Nicely bowled, good area, another dot ball. Run rate required only being 5.64. That's where India don't need to take too many risks. Here's a good look at this ground. Straight is the way to go. 66 metres, both ends. Square a lot bigger. 77 metres to the left of the screen. And that big boundary of 82 metres to the right of screen. Good short ball. It's one above the shoulder. Jai Richardson.
It's 5 dot balls. The asking rate still manageable. It's under 6. 127 over 133, so that also won't be too much of a worry. Virat Kohli is batting well. He's on 42. Dhoni's on 30 or 48. Partnership 45 now.
It's a maiden from Richardson, 104 for 2. Oh, short and wide. Kohli creams it. Straight to the man, a deep point. Yeah, just having a look here. Australia's gone to the 2 quicks to look to take a wicket. India, they went to the leg spinner, Chahal. He was outstanding, and just interesting to see different tactics. What India thought was the best way to take wickets on this pitch compared to what Australia feel. Hoggy, what do you think? You think Zampa should be on here?
Well, Zampa's only got 4 overs left. Difference between the two teams. India have 2 options with their spin with Jadeja in the team. And what a performance from Chahal. Sean Marsh just no man's land. And then Khawaja. Both of those balls down leg side. They didn't have their heads in the right place. Stoinis playing from the crease. Jai Richardson will... He bats down the order. This one holding up, and that was Plum. And then Zampa trying to get a hold of his counterpart. Just getting not enough of it. Really, it was poor batting, not so much Chahal there that got the wickets. Going back to the 2 left-handers, they'll set. Both should have gone on, Khawaja and Marsh. But both falling over to the leg side, not getting their head behind the ball, and gave Chahal 2 easy wickets to get into his campaign tonight, where he's ended up with 6. A fantastic performance by the leg spinner.
Yeah, it's going to stand out there, 58 with the bat. Dhoni goes hard and gets away with it over the keeper's head for 4. 50 partnership comes up as well. Coley and Donny. You could just see he looked a little impatient. The ball before he wanted to go over mid-off. Again coming down the pitch on this instance. Luck going his way.
Yes, eight dot balls before that. And see the fielder in the 30-yard circle at mid-off. Wants to go over the top. He gets his boundary. Never mind how they come.
Well, that's just the pressure built up. He had to take a risk. The field was up, so he advanced. And he got Siddle his first wicket today.
Goes hard once again. MS Dhoni trying to put Siddle off his length. You can just tell, like, this is what I was talking about with Aaron Finch, keeping mid-off, mid-on up. MS Dhoni's at least taking a risk now. If he got those guys back, he's bunning it down the ground for a single. So I think this is good captaincy and good bowling from Siddle. If he goes for a boundary or two, so be it. But you'd rather see MS Dhoni trying to play like this. He's going to bring you in the game as a bowler and a fielding unit. He's taking a risk. Dot ball to finish. 5 off the over. 109 for 2. Coley now looking to go downtown as well. These dot balls just building a bit of frustration with the Indian team. We have a look here. MS Dhoni, the second last ball. You can see the hot spot on the bat. There's a little inside edge, the one that went through to Carey. Aaron Finch in Australia. First they didn't appeal. I think Peter Siddle might have asked the question. Nobody else went up. There it is on Snicko. They've missed another opportunity. No one apart from Siddle heard it. That's nicely timed from Virat Kohli.
Well, that's just energy. The Australians just look a little deflated because they haven't taken those opportunities. And even if you hear that noise, just Siddle's reaction, just not even a half appeal, just asking politely to the umpire. You've just got to go hard out these half chances.
Well, Glenn Maxwell at point went up. He'd heard a noise. The wicketkeeper wasn't very sure.
Well, that could have been Peter Siddle's second wicket, but just on the stats chart here, 1,000 runs to MS Dhoni in Australia. He's the fourth Indian after Sachin Tendulkar, Rohit Sharma and Virat Kohli to achieve that mark. So well done to MS Dhoni.
There you are. Tendulkar right at the top with almost 1,500 runs. Rohit Sharma 1328. Virat Kohli will probably get 1,200 by the time he finishes today.
Isn't that your teammate down the bottom, Srikanth, that used to take it on in the power play, one of the earliest cricketers?
What do you mean power play? Every from 1 to 50 overs was power play for him. For Srikanth.
Well, it was 1 to 15, 1 overs to 15 where they only had the 2 fielders allowed out, so he really took full toll of those field restrictions. I remember him with the Simmons bat, wasn't it? With the Super Tusker.
Yes, the one Michael's friend Harry Solomon used to stock in Australia, in Sydney, Australia. There it is.
He's a selector now, isn't he, Srikanth?
No, he was. He's no longer a selector. He was for I think 3 or 4 years, maybe longer. Chairman of selection committee.
Just Speaking of bats, Virat Kohli's just changed his. Ooh, gutsy move as well on 1-1-1 on Nelson. Picks up 2 though, and that new bat works fine. Just looks like he's getting a little frustrated, Virat. Ball not coming right out of the middle of the bat. Here's the ball before he changed the bat. He looks straight at it. You can just feel. Get one low on the bat like that, you're nervous straight away, particularly if it's one of those bats that you've scored 100 with. Finch and Jai Richardson just discussing this field. Can they put another man in a catching position? There's Virat Kohli looking to score. Where's he looking to bowl? You can see stacked offside field, that left-hand side of the screen. Gully, backward point, short cover, mid-off, and then the 2 men out, third man and deep point. Oh, he's nicked it and he's got him. He's got him. What a wicket for Jai Richardson and the Aussies.
The perfect bit of bowling from the young West Australian. Good line and length, good plan. Consoled with the captain for a very long time out the top of his bowling mark. He wanted to go wide, he had the field set, made Virat Kohli chase it off a good length. Virat Kohli, a little impatient, needed to get on with it. Top of the game was just starting to go away from India, and that is a beautiful wicket for the Australians.
He did him for speed, Jai Richardson. He'd been bowling about 135 Ks. That one was 142.3. Look at the frustration on that man's face. He knows this game is not over yet. That is a big wicket for Australia. Beautifully bowled. He's pumped. He's angry. Kohli's got to go. India 113 for 3.
Real lift then for Australia. Dismissal of Virat Kohli. Keita Jadhav then, one opportunity for him back in the side today. Billy Stanley back into the attack. Good time. The extra pace, the extra bounce. Missed quite a few opportunities, Australia, in this game. They can get rid of Dhoni now. Bring a slip in. Still not out of this game. Simple enough catch. Jai Richardson's bowled well to Virat Kohli in this one-day series. He really has. It's been very, very impressive. Yeah, he's bowled well. Just enough pace. Rare just to see Kohli pushing out in front of himself, perhaps trying to get it down through the offside. He's furious with himself as he walks off.
It's a good thing they spotted that edge.
Just a little tentative, that's understandable. First time you face Billy Stanlake in a spell. We saw from Virat Kohli not necessarily getting fully forward.
This is the thing that is really intriguing about Indian cricket. Still not sure about number 4, 5, 6, and the guys who are contending for those positions, they've all got such great numbers. So sometimes when you're batting in India and batting mostly on Asian pitches, you can have impressive numbers. So Kedar Jadhav, not a certainty with those numbers. Ambati Rayudu as well, tremendous numbers, but not a certainty.
Yeah, this is good from Aaron Finch, whose captaincy has been generally very good. He's trying to get him out with a slip and a wide-ish gully, but he's making sure that the fielders are in close as well. Billy Stanlake back into the attack, wants to be bowling 90% of his deliveries to the new batsman.
Kedar Jadhav's off the mark. Kedar missed out on playing for India regularly because of a niggling hamstring injury. But he seems to have overcome all of that over the last few months. He's been working very hard at the NCA and would like to make the most of this opportunity.
That's good. That's very good from Billy Stanlake. 17 for 3. Richardson and slip in place. Whatever they get out this series in terms of win or loss, of course this is the decider. One thing Australia will have found is Jason Behrendorff on debut in the first game of the series bowled well. This lad's bowled well. And Billy Stanlake, I think, has bowled well today. So there's just a few more options for Australia moving forward. Remember, in this series there's no Mitchell Starc, no Josh Hazlewood, no Pat Cummins. They don't have the right to walk back in the side, but it certainly just gives Australia a few options moving forward with the ball.
Hasn't played too many matches outside Asia. Kedar Jadhav, this I think is his first international innings here in Australia. We just saw his overall career numbers. Just a couple of innings in England, just the one in South Africa, first innings here. So mostly he's played in, well, India, a lot of games there, 16 innings. UAE, Sri Lanka, West Indies.
Nicely played, nicely picked up using the pace that's there.
He's just slipped, just in case you're worrying about Kedar Jadhav. He's had issues with hamstring, but that was just a case of batsman slipping, isn't it, Robin?
Yeah, it's very scary when you see Kedar Jadhav slipping on the ground. It gives you a few jitters. I'm sure it gives him a few jitters as well. That's one of his preferred shots. There you can see him slip in there. Oh, I think the back of the shoes don't have spikes there. Hence he slipped. Should be a wide.
If you watch Kedar Jadhav when he's played for India, and especially against seam bowlers, anything that's short gives him an option to score runs. If you keep it right up to him, you can keep him quiet. He's just sort of hanging back in the crease, looking to use the pace and bounce and play with the pace. That last scoring shot also was of a short ball.
Yes, his preferred shots are the square cut and the pull shot, and he plays the uppercut very, very well to the fast bowlers, to the short ball.
I remember one season that he had for Delhi Daredevils. I think he played Sunil Narayan better than anyone else in the IPL. He's a good player of spin. You'd expect that he's a seasoned Ranji Trophy run getter from Maharashtra. Good numbers there.
Didn't get away with that. Wholehearted cricketer by the look of it. He puts in absolutely everything. You can see the way he marches back to his crease. He's on it. He's not given up. You can see in his eyes that he's searching for a wicket. If I was him, I'd be saying, okay, it's MS Dhoni, but I could do with another catcher somewhere. I want to get him out. The moment he's hoping for a mistake.
Australia would want to be a little more disciplined with these extras. First time the run rate has gone above 6.
Oh well, excellent over. 120 for 3. $120 for 3 then. Just a bit more energy out there now for Australia, having dismissed the captain. He is just dropping slightly, but they have plenty of wickets in hand. Just a little quicker than Jadhav was expecting. It slid on. Again, just not quite got the pace of the surface yet. Just a little rushed. It's almost skipping off the surface. Leg side. Plenty of gaps there, deep on the mid-wicket boundary, long on.
He surely went for that shot simply because of what he faced the previous 2 balls and the mid-wicket being up. So he felt he's probably going with the spin there. That's why he probably felt that the shot was on. Like you can see the mid-wicket's up there. To cut the single, put pressure on the batsman.
Good spell of bowling, good start for Zampa.
just get the feeling that pressure's building up here for the Indians. Just get the feeling that something's going to give right now.
Yeah, so much talk about that last match-winning innings from Dhoni and the fact that he needs a little bit of support these days to play those kind of defining innings. Virat Kohli, Dinesh Karthik lending him a helping hand. I'm just imagining a potential situation now. Kedar Jadhav has the big game if needed. Dinesh Karthik to follow. Jadeja after that. So Dhoni might just look to hang around and see how his partners develop. So he's taking much of the strike, or leave it to the partners, see how it evolves.
Watching it very carefully, MS Dhoni, 123 for 3. So Billy Stanley then to continue. The captain's just made a little change. He's got a little bit more cover now on the leg side, so the indications are that he's going to try and bowl a little straighter. You can see there he's now got a mid-wicket and mid-on, so he's going to attack the stumps possibly. There, that's exactly where he wants to bowl, and that's why mid-wicket's gone in. So as a batsman, you just get a little clue sometimes as to perhaps what captain and bowler are thinking.
You can see the required weight just going up there. In the previous over it was 6.11 before the start of the previous over. Now it's jumped to 6.42. India would do well to keep it at 7 or under 7. Especially because all the new batsmen are taking a little time to settle in and get going. This is the last game in Adelaide. Found his feet after Sydney and was busy between the wickets, running well, pushing Kohli, Kohli pushing him. That was lucky to fall short of that fielder there. Flipped off his legs. Single again.
Seam bowling of Mahendra Singh Dhoni. Very much in the crease at Adelaide, but today he used different tactics. Stayed there till the end, and you saw a little smile come on his face. Right towards the end, 7 needed, hit a 6 and then took a single. So when you look at the numbers, pretty impressive in the series. The first one, a few eyebrows raised with the pace of the innings. The clear effort today to try and get those singles and get that strike rate up even while defending. Now have a look at the impact points versus seam. A lot of balls played down the pitch where he's walked towards the bowler. I think there are a couple of things that he's looking to do when he's going there. One, obviously when you start meeting balls here, the angles in the field change, and there are some gaps that you find because the field is generally set for batsmen who's batting inside the crease. They're not imagining a batsman outside the crease. And the other thing which he actually used a lot of times is to walk down the pitch, defend the ball, and then run for a quick single mid-off, mid-on. Because he was already 2 or 3 meters down, you can see more than 3 meters sometime down the pitch, that single became easier for him to take.
Actually, I'd say that's one of the differences between the two sides, actually, is that. You look at Virat Kohli in particular, and then you compare that to some of the top order players for Australia, their ability to rotate the strike, knock the ball and run for ones. Nice shot, beautiful shot. Just found the gap there in the inner ring. Boundary then just to relieve a little bit of pressure on Keita Jadev. 129 for 3.
Pull the trigger! I'm the great Houdini!
परफ्यूम की जरूरत कहीं भी कभी भी पड़ सकती है। सेट वेट गो सिर्फ 49 रुपए में।
डॉग वीडियोस, कैट वीडियोस, बेबी वीडियोस, बस क्या मतलब जब भरी बस में भी नेटवर्क मस्त चलेगा, सबको वीडियोस देखना याद आएगा। हम नेटवर्क इंजीनियर्स को तो कोई याद नहीं करेगा, तो हम ये क्यों कर रहे हैं?
अरे हम ये इसलिए कर रहे हैं जिससे हमें कोई याद ना करे, बस।
भीड़ में नेटवर्क बढ़िया चले और आप हमें याद ना करें, इसीलिए हम लगा रहे हैं अ टावर एवरी आवर।
थोड़ा तो याद करना चाहिए।
I'm not afraid to die, and I'm not afraid to kill you.
Now, don't they?
A slip fielder.
No. Short leg पे क्या जाएगा? Short leg. And that's lobbed up to short leg.
I told you. I said it.
They can't hear you.
Mr. Shortleg, excuse me. You were right. Very well done. Enjoy your coffee. Possible hai. A next level app for next level fans. Cricket Next, where fans rule.
Two more runs to win then for India. Remember, this is the series decider. So at this stage, India favourites to win the series 2-1. So same as the Test series win, of course. But Zampa has bowled pretty well, and ball's just looking like skidding on a little bit, perhaps now under lights, rather than turning.
Come on, Zob, come on,